Oh. Oh no, he's gonna go to the cave. Ha 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 ha! Hello. So, how's everybody enjoying the update? Me personally, well, it's a really good shake-up, and there's quite a lot that is going to be coming soon, I'm pretty sure. Just whenever all the bugs and crashes are all fixed. But we all need to still remember that it's pretty much the exact same game. Let's be honest, it's the exact same game. We ended up getting the whole heat map that they added into the game, which is a really cool mechanic, and it lets people know, hey, where's everybody at? But let's be honest, we already knew where everyone was at, didn't we? Everyone's over in the crater, or Grand Plains, or occasionally Green Valley. They have also changed the sound system. That's actually really cool, just being able to hear people from way further away. And also the sound direction is way more accurate if you're using a headset or a good headset. So I can actually just turn my camera and actually pinpoint where whatever the sound is coming from, right? That's amazing. I would personally say that's actually the most noteworthy thing of this update to actually come out, is just the improved sound system. There is also the foliage rework that they've done, like the grass looks so much different. I can actually just run into a patch of grass and hide on Ramp wherever I want, pretty much.
Oh my
And
god.
that's kind of funny. It looks cool, and a lot of the rocks are just a lot more accurate in terms of where you're gonna actually walk on instead of just clipping through most of them a lot of the time and just hiding inside of the, well, you know, terrain. The rest of it, like balancing and stuff like that, it's a very subjective topic for everybody. There's no objective opinion for it because everyone enjoys their own thing. Like me, for instance, I love that Plague ended up getting a 5 times boost to the Hunger Drain. A lot of people hate it, but I'll be honest, I have not still, I've still not been able to actually starve someone out on my own. One simple reason: they just log out on me every single time. Though I did end up actually coming across 2 ramps who were starving out a Tyranno Titan, and, well, I made sure that the Tyranno Titan couldn't just
Oh, it's
log out on
starving
them.
now. Yeah, they're losing health. They're starving to death. Oh, I'm actually gonna see it. This is magical. They just took it in turns, just pouncing the Titan. That's all they did. Why do you look like Dennis? You are not Dennis.
I know that there being no replay mode right now because it's disabled is quite a heartbreak for a lot of people, including me, but I'm going to show you the reason why it was disabled. This was on day 1. I turned on replay, and then this happened. Look at it. That is ridiculous. This is what it was doing, and you could actually just go out of a zone and go back into the zone and go out of the zone and go back into the zone, and it would just keep doing it consistently. This is why they disabled replay for now. When they get it fixed, we'll have replay back, and hopefully they might actually fix the bugs for replay. One can dream. But otherwise, outside of the bugs and, the new balance changes that are in the game, well, it is nothing really different, is there? You're still gonna go to the same zones every single time you play. It's still gonna be huge groups, so we'll probably switch dinos or just do the normal shenanigans that you expect on the servers that you play on. And yeah, it's the same old, same old. It's not the game's fault, if anything. It's more of a community problem at this point. And I hate saying that. I really hate saying that. Because the devs, they can give you a new plate every single day, but it doesn't change what you put on your plate. That's an analogy for, new update, but nothing really changes in terms of what people do in the game. I would personally say it's a very positive update. It's a good update. But you can't really appreciate it when you're doing the exact same thing as you were doing before. Hell, you could even say the same thing about me, right? I pretty much always play Ramp all the time, so, I'm doing the same thing all the time, but that's not what I'm bored of. What I'm bored of, specifically, is just going to the same spot on the map every single time. There being 10, 20 plus people who are all, either in the same, group or working together, or they've come across each other and are all too scared to actually, interact, play the game, that they end up just all teaming together or just waiting for someone to jump on. And I mean, that's what really made the last update stale. I was just sick of going to the same spot on the map every single time and doing the exact same thing, seeing the exact same thing. In other words, like a bunch of Spinos sitting in the water with a Sarco to defend, and then, you kill something, and then they'd come back on a Spino, or a Duck, or some other semi-aquatic, and then there'd be a Tyranno Titan, or a Rex, or an EO, and then they'd be friends with the Spino, or the Suko, or the Sarco, and then you get them low, and then they jump into the water, and then you can't get them because they're sitting in the water, and then, you're just watching them heal. But then you go travel around the map, and then you see nobody. You get what I mean? That's what made the game super stale for me. And I'm sorry to say, but until we get something like the quest update, or for the love of God, just remove the replenish quest out of Crater so that people can't just stay in there forever. The only thing that'll be able to stay in there forever will be the occasional person who gets a Kai or a Urino in there and Sarkos. Everything else, they'll have to actually leave to get water. It would be such a huge change. And I just don't understand how the devs don't see it. I've even seen on like the Discord Matt talking about, holy hell, everyone's just sitting in a crater the entire time. He said it so many times, and everyone's just told them, hey, it's obvious why. It's because they have infinite water. But, mate, they just, hell, they even changed it on the solo servers when the solo servers were active. And they removed the water from the pond, but, and people actually moved around. They moved away, and people actually enjoyed it. Because there was people around the map. People could actually view different parts of the map and actually interact with players. They could actually play the game outside of a damn fishbowl. But then they go on to official servers, like proper official servers. And, well, it's just a dead map until you go to this one zone on the map. I'm gonna stop my ramble from here. I've, all in all, it's a good update. The problem is that the devs will not just push the players to try doing anything differently. Instead, they've just, give them new things to do the exact same thing with. And what else can I say without just repeating myself? I'll just be repeating myself. Either way, I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying some parts of the game. There's cool things you can do now, like Ramp for Incust, you can actually scare people with the plague. Cool. There's a bunch of new balance changes. Some of them are good, some people, some of them are bad, depending on who you are. Some people love them, some people hate them, blah blah blah. I'm not going to talk about balance because what do I know about balance? I'm just an idiot who plays a little funny bird. But hey, that's enough of me being super negative. I did start off positive, but God, I guess so. I just get annoyed. I just get annoyed doing the same thing over and over again. Right? Right, so this isn't the discussion video that I've been talking about for a while. That's on, that's made for a completely different topic. But some of the points I brought up in this video will be in that video. But hey, I need replay mode to, be able to make that. And I'll probably have to build up all my replays again anyway after, they fix it. But, this was something I wanted to make just to put my thoughts across because, well, I'll just be repeating myself again if I say why. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But, I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.